Hello, I'm Citrus, and you're looking at the high-grade GPP-06F Super Custom Zaku F2000 from Gunpla Builders Beginning G. This is the long-delayed follow-up review to my original review of the purple Zaku F2 that's inside of this thing right here. So this time I'm going to show you what you get for the 600 yen extra that you pay on top of the normal kit. So what you get basically are these 2.5 plates, and most of everything that's on here is already on the model kit, with the exception of these few pieces. So this is the beam axe thing. It looks very nice with the clear pink effect part. It's pretty featureless otherwise. And you also get these two closed fists. They're only made of 2 pieces each, which is why they don't have the purple covers on the back. And it's a little bit unfortunate because that means you'd have to go in and paint these separately with, masking and everything. And it's not just, you just take the back piece off and paint that. The ball joints on these are also slightly smaller, maybe by maybe 1/4 millimeter or so than the regular hands, but it does mean that they go in a little bit looser. There's also this shield piece right here, but as you can tell, this is mostly just made with the shoulder shield that would normally be on that one, and the 2 knee guards, which have obviously been replaced. The new piece is this little core bit in the middle with a handle on it. It's a little bit awkward to use because, the model can basically only hold it this way, because any other direction it's pretty likely to fall out, but I guess it's interesting. So onto the model itself. Basically, everything you see here that is that light shade of purple and the navy blue is essentially new. So you have these new pieces that replace the old soles of the feet, this huge back skirt, huge backpack thing, and the new side armor. And a few things are appropriated from old parts on the kit. For example, these are the leg missiles, which have just been given new brackets to wrap around the arm, and a new mount to go on the shoulder. And the, let's see, this magazine is actually the spare magazine from the machine gun that normally be there. And that's pretty much it. Oh, these little thrusters here are actually from the original backpack, but they're just jammed in there. And interestingly, the armor doesn't really inhibit the old articulation at all, pretty much. Nothing really gets in the way, even on the legs here, because there's obviously nothing in the back. It's just these extra thrusters on the side. You do actually surprisingly get a little bit more movement in the waist because there's no more tubes that go all the way around into the back. Well, I mean, you have these ones, but they're a bit longer, so they have slightly more give, I guess. And you have these new arms on the back for holding the extra guns. They pivot this way a little bit. I kind of wish they came out a bit more so that they can swing all the way forward. As they are, they still can, but they're a little bit short, so the stock of the gun would still be underneath the shoulder or down along the side, which is a little bit awkward to work with, but it's possible to have all the guns pointing forward, which is pretty cool to pose with. And that's pretty much it. The upgrade gives the kit a much more menacing stance, and it looks much larger and imposing. Definitely something more grand than the small, piddly grunt Zaku. But there is one little issue. So the original chest is actually much smaller than this, and it's not inside. You build this entire new chest piece, but this is really wide. But the waist that the kit uses is actually the original waist, so the proportions do look a bit strange in my opinion. And additionally, if you were posing in a way such so that the leg was lifted, you'd see this sort of weird emptiness between the leg and the rest of the body, and it just looks a little bit, well, strange, if you can sort of see there, because basically it looks like it has no crotch or waist, because look at that, there's just nothing in there. So it's got a really interesting visual issue to deal with, I guess. Most other kits that I've seen don't really have the sort of oh god, there's nothing in it problem. So you just have to be kind of careful with posing this. All in all, for 600 yen extra, you get a Zaku that looks bigger and badder than the usual. However, you don't really get too much insofar as accessories. So whether or not you want to pick this up really depends on how you like the bigger, pointier aesthetic. Unfortunately, finding this in stock anywhere is going to be a bit of a challenge because, to my knowledge, Bandai hasn't reprinted this kit in a good while. You'll probably still find it for a decent price without too much of a markup, but be prepared to spend a good bit of time looking. So that's all for this review. I have the Robot Damashi Zeta coming in the mail, and it should arrive within 2 weeks or so, and I'll be reviewing that basically as soon as I get it. So look forward to that, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time.